Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually one that I was just suddenly inspired to do. I didn't plan this video out or anything, but I have gotten this question so many times within the last couple of weeks. I just thought I would address it, and that is the question: does it really matter what sorority I'm in, and are some sororities better than the other? Like, honest, true tea, spill it. So that's what I'm gonna do today, because this question really ignites something in me, and I just want everybody out there who's considering joining a sorority to listen to this. So let's just get into it. When I rushed, I had no idea that this was such a big concern for so many people that were also rushing. And Greek rank, oh my goodness, so many people looking up Greek rank. Greek rank is not accurate at all. Even if there was a true ranking of sororities, they literally get it wrong every single time. So just don't listen to it. It's literally people from that sorority hyping it up or trashing other sorority. Greek rank literally means nothing. So just don't listen to that. Just listen to me, okay? I was lucky because at my university there are only 6 sororities, which means that there are very distinct personalities between the different sororities, and I think a lot of people have a pretty good grasp by preference round which one they want to be in, just because they are all so different. When you're going through rush, or even right now when you're stalking everybody on Instagram, you're gonna try to get a sense of which one is better than the other, or you're gonna talk to people and you guys are gonna form opinions that are probably gonna be totally wrong, because what you think of a sorority now before you get to campus is probably completely different than what you will think of them once you interact with them, and that goes both ways. I really hate the concept of other girls like trashing each other because they're in a different sorority. Like, you guys literally chose to go to the same university. Like, you're the same. Like, just don't trash each other. I don't understand it, because that totally derailed the whole purpose of being in a sorority in the first place. Everybody in every single sorority are girls going through the same process to find a sisterhood that's right for them, and there is literally no wrong choice if you listen to your heart. Now, what I mean by that is the true test of whether or not you're in the best sorority is whether or not you would be proud to call that place your home. So that's the test that I did. I asked myself if I would be proud to be in certain sororities, and that narrowed it down pretty fast for me, not because the other ones were bad, but just because I just didn't identify myself with any of the other ones, and I just wouldn't feel comfortable identifying myself as a member of that specific sorority. If you ask yourself that question when you're going through rush, I think that your decision will be made much clearer. Also, another important thing is your sorority's philanthropy. So there is philanthropy round when you rush, and you cannot join a sorority if you don't like the philanthropy. And for me, I personally didn't want to join a sorority that had anything to do with kids for their philanthropy, and that sounds terrible. I think those philanthropies are amazing, but I was nowhere near as passionate as everyone else was about those specific philanthropies. So for me, that narrowed it down to like 2 sororities right away. Instead of trying to grasp what everyone else on campus thinks of these specific chapters, think about what you think of them and their philanthropy. Like, do you really want to spend 4 years fundraising and staying up all night and doing all this stuff for philanthropy you don't even identify with? Like, that's just dumb. Also, and this is probably the most important thing, and this is why trying to rank them and get into the best one just doesn't work, and that is the people in each sorority. There are stereotypes, and stereotypes are there for a reason, I will say that, but for the most part they're complete bull. There are nice people in every sorority, there are smart people in every sorority, and there are mean people in every single sorority. Every single one. You can't avoid that. You can't avoid a specific stereotype. They exist, but that's not what the entire experience should be about. One thing that I forgot to mention as I'm realizing in editing is that I have friends in every single sorority, but there's also people in every single sorority that I don't really get along with or I don't vibe with, and I think that's a very important point, that no matter where you end up, you're not gonna love every single person and you're not gonna dislike every single person. We're all human, so definitely wanted to add that in here. You're gonna have to spend 4 entire years with these girls and beyond. And guys, if you get it wrong, it's not like you can just drop and rejoin again next year. No, if you get initiated into a sorority, you are bound to that sorority for life. And if you drop, you can't ever go to another one. So it is a big decision, but you will make the right decision if and only if you listen to yourself and the people that you want to be around, and you don't listen to all the hate. Because guys, I have heard people trash every single sorority at my university and at all my friends' universities. Like, people just love trash talking, and people get really passionate about why their sorority is the best or why their boyfriend's frat is the best. And it literally makes no sense. I think as sorority women, as girls, we shouldn't tear each other down, because that just defeats the entire purpose. I just don't get it. But people do that. So to answer the question, it is no. There is no sorority that is better than the other. There are stereotypes that go along with every single one, even the one that everyone says is top tier girl. People will trash talk them, so you can't listen to that. The only thing that is lasting and that you have to go off of is your experience with the girls. Let's say you get into a sorority that is top tier, but they're all mean to you. There literally is no point in joining. Also, if you really like a bottom tier sorority, but you're being called back to a top tier one too, if the bottom tier one is where your heart lies and those are the women that you want to spend your college years with, join that one and never look back, and you won't regret it. Me using the phrases bottom tier or top tier doesn't mean that I believe they are bottom tier or top tier, but people do talk and there are rankings. I'm just saying that you won't be happy if you only listen to rankings. For me personally, I joined my sorority that I'm in, Alpha Chi, because I was really passionate about the philanthropy. It is such an important philanthropy, and one that people don't talk about enough, especially on college campuses, and that is domestic violence, and it affects so many people. And I was not passionate about any of the other philanthropies like I was with this one. Also, I loved how unique and quirky and diverse the entire organization was as a whole, and I just saw myself really fitting in, and I really liked the girls. And as time went on, I liked it even more and more and more, which is how I knew I made the right decision. I will say, because I was fall rush, I do kind of wish we had a spring rush so I could observe people in their natural environment, because during rush time all the sorority ladies are very, you know, proper, and they're very nice and very just always on edge because they're representing their sorority the entire time, and the whole atmosphere becomes a lot more relaxed after rush, because then they can show their true selves, and sometimes it's not that pretty. So I wish I could have observed everyone even more. But even if we did have a spring rush, I don't think that would have affected my choice to join my sorority. So I hope that answered your question. If you have anything else that you want to ask me, leave it down below or message me on Instagram, because I would love to get back to you. This is a question that I think a lot of people struggle with, but they don't really want to voice it. Just to give you an example, when I was going through rush, I really did not like my Rogams sorority. For me, I thought the girls were really nice in it, but I couldn't see myself fitting in this organization as a whole, and I told my Rogam that, and she didn't take offense to it at all. She totally understood that just because I couldn't see myself fitting into the organization, that didn't mean that I didn't like her or I had something out for her. You know what I mean? Like, that's not it. This is the time in college to be selfish about what you want. So just be true to yourself, because the last thing you want is to listen to other people's expectations of where they think you belong and then end up somewhere like completely not your vibe at all. So that's all I have to say on that subject. I'm going to let you guys go now because this video is already way too long. I just rambled. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.